Yep, hello again. It's me, Eric. I'm not going to do my usual Eric P show this week. I'm just going to have a little bit of a break. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to do the story of Hiroo Onoda. And what he is, he was a World War II Japanese soldier, but he didn't surrender until 1974. He didn't quite realise the war was over. So that's who today's episode is going to be about. I'll show you a couple of pictures and then we'll get cracking. So yeah, enjoy the episode. It's a good one, this. I always say that, a little bit biased. Right, here we go. And yep. Yeah, I actually pronounced his name wrong there. It's Hiroo Onoda. I'm not very good at pronouncing foreign names, as you probably noticed. But yeah, that's his name. He was born in 1922. So, yeah, 19th of March 1922 he was born. He finally died in February 2014. He was 91 years old, but we'll get to that. I'll just run through the earlier part of his life, because that's the main part of this story. So yeah, in 1944 he was sent to Lubang Island in the Philippines. He was a Japanese intelligence officer in World War II. So they sent him over there with a load of other soldiers. So yeah, he was there for quite a time. And then finally in 1945, the Americans invaded. And they ended up, the remaining soldiers ended up, going and living in the jungle, and they were slowly picked off and arrested and surrendered and stuff. Until finally there was just him left. But he didn't quite know the war was over. So he just carried on fighting, really. He was trained in guerrilla warfare, so the police couldn't get him or anything. He just wandering around, and he was still there in the 60s. He was doing all sorts. So yeah, I'll show you a quick picture of Lubang Island, just to give you an idea of what the place is like, and then we'll take it from there. So right, here's the picture. Here we go. Yeah, it's quite a nice place, that island. Not to live particularly. I don't think I'd like to live in the jungle. Yeah, he died in January, not February. Thought I'd best correct that. You never know when somebody's going to get this question on who wants to be a millionaire, or a game of Trivial Pursuit or something. I don't want you saying, oh, Eric cost me the points on that one. So yeah, thought I'd best correct that. Yeah, apparently they started dropping leaflets and things to try and let him know the war was over, but he just thought it was all propaganda, really. So every time he saw a leaflet with the war ended in 1945 or whatever, he was thought, oh, no, I don't believe it. So he just carried on fighting. He was blowing up fuel dumps, kept on killing farmers and things and taking food and that to survive. And, just the odd, civilian just picking them off thinking they were like reconnaissance or American spies and things. It's not really his fault. He thought he was at war, so you can't blame him too much. Finally, a Japanese tourist got talking to him in the 1970s, and he still didn't believe him. But the bloke said, look, what about I forget your old commanding officer here and let him tell you? And then he thought, well, fair enough. So his commanding officer came to the island, and he finally surrendered in 1974. He couldn't get used to life back in Japan, ended up moving to Brazil in the end. Just wanted a quiet life, used to living in the wilderness. So yeah. There was 3 other soldiers that were with him, but I think they slowly got picked off in the 50s. So he was the only one for quite a while, really, just living out there. I know I couldn't live out there. I like my creature comforts me. I don't even like camping, even when they have those like porta cabins, with the toilets in. Still a bit too much roughing it for me. I'm more of a 5-star hotel jacuzzi type, really. I need a nice comfy bed, things like that. So no, couldn't see me using like dead badgers to wipe my bottom with out in the wilderness. Definitely not my style. I like my water nice and clean, like tea bags, nice cup of tea now and again. Eat a few chocolates, a few sweeties, things like that. You don't get any of that in the jungle. I don't really fancy eating a tarantula on a stick or anything like that. Certainly don't fancy getting covered in all these insects that are all about the place. Biting me in all, horrible places. Ooh, yeah. Don't even like mosquitoes. I get covered in mosquito bites every time I go on holiday, and that's in hotels. Imagine in the jungle. God, be horrible. I'd look like a raspberry. Right, well, that's been it for today. I hope I've not bored you with this one. Just a quick one to keep people going. I've got something else planned, a little special project that hopefully I'll have that ready by weekend. So yeah, won't say too much on, too much more on that one. Like to surprise everybody. So yeah, thanks for joining me. And if ever you do win Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, answering this question, remember your old friend Eric here. Won't mind a little bit of a check, anything like that, or little gift for me, right? Okay, right. I'll see you in the next episode. What it'll be, hopefully me special. So yeah, right. See you again. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.